Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here. We are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Saturday, February 5th slate of NBA games. I'm super excited to hop into it. We have a 6-game slate on as of today, but only about 3 of the games have full lines, and there's one game that only has the spread up. So I found 3 plays that I really like. I could add more to my Twitter though, so make sure to go ahead and follow me on my Twitter. But first, I do have a quick announcement to make. So I did finally get the ability to have a membership here for the channel. It's definitely if you guys want to, but it's mostly just to show support to the channel, essentially is what it is. So you will be getting sub badges for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, and a year, and then everything after that, of course. But so there are 5 different sub badges that you can go ahead and get. On top of that, we do have a shout out that will be here on the screen with whoever ends up becoming a member for that day. We also do have priority reply for the comments, so you guys will be first in line to get the replies for the comments. I try to do the replying to every single comment, but those ones will get priority first. On top of that, you will get a follow back on Twitter. I don't usually follow a whole ton of people unless if we start to talk, unless if we start to really build a connection. So most of the time I don't follow people on Twitter back. But I definitely will if you are a member. And then on top of that, I have 2 other pretty cool little perks. So the first one is going to be I plan on doing more giveaways specifically for the members on the channel. I'm thinking around once a month is probably what I'm going to do. Around a certain day every single month, I plan on doing a giveaway. So that should be kind of fun. And then also a video collab. So essentially what I'm going to be doing is I am going to be getting in a Skype call or a Discord chat with some of my members, and essentially we will be making up plays for the next day's slate. So just kind of a fun little thing to interact with the community. So if you guys are interested in something like that, the join button is down right next to the subscribe button. But if you would rather, there is also a link down in the description down below if you want to join that way. So however you want to do it, but that is, it's definitely not necessary. It's just something if you do want to support the channel, you're more than welcome to. It just helps out the channel. It's really nothing too serious. So we'll go ahead and dive into it. But first, I did want to say we are on the road to 3,000 subscribers. We are less than 300 subs away from 3,000. Once we do that, we will do a parlay giveaway. So I'm really excited to hop into it. But first, let's do a quick recap as of yesterday. So our only loss of the day, Charlotte minus 4.5 versus Cleveland minus 110 odds. I just can't trust this Cleveland team. So I went with the Charlotte team, and LaMelo Ball had gotten snubbed, and I figured for sure they would come back and he would have a good game and be able to win and cover against this Cleveland team. And boy, was I wrong. It just seemed like no one from Charlotte really wanted to be out there, and it was kind of a poor game to watch. Our next play that we did end up hitting on was Anthony Simons under 4.5 assists versus OKC plus 125 odds. So another plus odds play. That is 6 plus odds plays that we have hit in a row. We're on absolute heater with those, so I can't believe it, but we're actually really good right now with the plus value plays. But that one was an absolute sweat. He got he got his 4th assist in like late in the 3rd quarter, and then luckily didn't get one the entire 4th quarter. Wait, I don't know if I said that right. He got his 4th one early in the 3rd quarter, and then didn't get a single assist in the 4th quarter. So that one was an absolute sweat. Then we had Tobias Harris under 18.5 points. He started off pretty good. He finished with 11 in the first half, and then only scored 2 in the second half. And by the way, what was that delay? That was such a weird thing. And then we had Spurs minus 3.5 versus Rockets. No sweat bet at all. So we'll go ahead and hop into today's plays. Our first play of the day is going to be RJ Barrett over 19.5 points versus the Los Angeles Lakers minus 115 odds. RJ Barrett in his last 6 games has been really good at scoring the basketball. He has cashed in 4 of his last 6 games. And on the road this year, here has been his game log. So he has scored 23, 17, 24, 26, 19, 19, and 26. So he's been really, really solid recently. And he had 2 finishes right on the hook. So I definitely think he gets right around this number again. Hopefully it is just in our favor this time. The Lakers, as we all know, are not a very good defensive team. They do have the 4th worst defense in the entire NBA. And when it comes to the point guard position, which is where they've been running RJ Barrett, it's kind of different. It's kind of unique. But he has been playing a lot of point guard recently, kind of been that primary facilitator for the New York Knicks offense. They give up the most points per game to opposing point guards. And on top of that, the Lakers, they do play at the fastest pace in the entire NBA. So with all those, I think that RJ Barrett is due for a really big night. So I really like that play. RJ Barrett over 19.5 points versus the Lakers, minus 115 odds. Our next play of the day is going to be Miami Heat minus 3.5 versus the Charlotte Hornets, who just played, minus 110 odds. Miami is pretty much healthy. The only one that they do have to worry about is it looks like Jimmy Butler is questionable. So since Jimmy Butler's questionable, I'd love to see him in, but I think either way, even if he's out, I definitely think with how many players that Miami is getting back, I think that they're still in a really good spot. Miami this year is 30-23 against the spread, so they do cash more often than not. And Charlotte, on the second leg of a back-to-back, have been really, really bad this year. They are just 3-6 against the spread on the second leg of a back-to-back, so cashing just 33% of the time. And Miami on the road has been pretty decent this year, pretty solid. They're 16-13 against the spread as a road team. And after Charlotte let us down, I guess at the time of recording this video tonight, or by the time you guys are watching this last night, since they did let us down, I just can't really trust them again. I thought they'd come out with a little bit more fire, and it looks like instead it just made them really sad, and they just didn't want to be there. So that is our second play of the day, Miami minus 3.5 versus Charlotte minus 110 odds. And our third and final play is going to be Kentavious Caldwell-Pope under 11.5 assists versus the Phoenix Suns plus 100 odds. Now, KCP, in his last game, he did just score only 4 points. So he has had a little bit of trouble kind of scoring the ball. If you look at his past game log, it does look like he has gotten, a lot of shots up. But let's go ahead and really dive into it. So in his last 8 games, he's actually only hit the over twice. And in the games that he did hit the over in, and excuse me, I'm so sorry. Let me backtrack. He has only hit the over in 2 of his last 8 versus the Suns. So he has not been very good against the Suns, and it's mostly because they do have a very good defense. But if you do look at KCP's game log, it looks like he has been playing really solid. But in the games that he has hit the over has been with Bradley Beal playing. Obviously, Bradley Beal brings a lot of attention from the opposing defenses. And so I think that he is getting a lot more open shots with a guy like Bradley Beal on the floor. And since Bradley Beal is listed as out right now, I just think that KCP is not going to really be able to make get his own shot. And so I do think it's going to be a little bit tough for him. And in the last 3 games, Phoenix Suns are the 6th best defense in the entire NBA. So really, really solid there. They have been really good in defense lately. And they do allow the 4th fewest points per game to opposing small forwards. So they don't allow a lot of points in general, but let alone to the small forward position. And in the last 3 games, Washington, they've actually played at the slowest pace in the entire NBA. So I do think we see a bit of a advantage there as well. They play at a slow pace against a very solid defense, and especially against the small forward position with no Bradley Beal. Pretty much everything is pointing to the under today, so I do like the under. Let's see if we can make it 7 straight plus value plays. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we're on the road to 3,000 subscribers, and I can't do that without your guys' help. So make sure to hit that sub button if you are new. But for now, this is King Star signing out.